came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees. I came to say goodbye to another day. They're never coming back. Watch a few days. I came to play. There's my to play. I guess you had a dream, but it can't stay. I'm mad. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees.
Greetings, Far Hill Fantasy Football members. It's I, your commissioner. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty, and it's about that time that we get to go. But we've got one more week left to settle some things. So let's get into this week's Burning Down the Far Hill. Let's go through some recaps and figure out who's falling apart and who's trying to make a case for themselves. We'll start with the debacle that happened over in the Fat Bastard in Cornlandia. Taking you down taking you down beats Fat Bastard with the ugly score of 94 to 88. It pays to set your alarm for 11 o'clock, where if you snooze it for 2 hours, you still can make kickoff and then change your lineup. But yeah, horrible loss. Probably has now put him in danger of losing his division title that we all thought he had locked up last week. Taking you down was led by the Jacksonville defense, of all things, with 20 points. Yeah, we'll see how the Fat Bastard recovers from this one. Next up, another upset of sorts. Road Crew goes in, beats the Bad Dog 139 to 109, led by Aaron Rodgers 38. Thanks to a match that we'll talk to later, Bad Dog still has an outside chance to make the playoffs. Moving next, Syndicate Enforcer dismantles Irish Cop 205 to 92, Michael Vick's 45. That route basically locks up the number one seed for the Syndicate Enforcer, which is me. So yes. Next up, we have the monthly plugs over the John Boy's Special Sag Nasties, 202 to 179. This was the loss I just mentioned that keeps Bad Dog still alive for a playoff spot. Tom Brady's Monday Night 47 is the key for the monthly plugs. Sag Nasties, not the time to go and find a 2-game losing streak. This is not the time. So we have Steel Curtain beating Agent P, won the 91 to 110. That, with the Sag Nasties loss, locks up the Outlanders Division Championship for those Steel Curtains. He was led by Reggie Wayne 63. And Doofenshmirtz beats Bitchmaker 167 to 153, led by Greg Jennings 42. Basically gives Doofenshmirtz the showdown with Fat Bastard this week for division supremacy. So with that being said, the rankings on the league are posted, but just to go through with it, the number one is the Syndicate Enforcer. Locked up everything. I don't play a meaningful game now for 2 weeks, so see you guys in week 16. Fat Bastard currently is the 2 seed, clinched the playoff spot, got work to do. Steel Curtain is the 3 seed, has clinched the Outlanders Division title, so he has a shot to finish 2. I'll go through scenarios in a minute. Doofenshmirtz clinched playoff spot, got into a huge match this week with the Fat Bastard. Bitchmaker, that loss hurt him. Now he's floating in the wind where he has clinched a playoff spot, does not have a shot at the division championship thanks to his division record. Not going to own up to the other 2. So he's playing for, what wild card spot can he have. Sag Nasties, you are the 6th currently, as you do have the head-to-head over the Bad Dog, who's number 7. Taking you down 8, Monthly Plugs 9, Irish Cop 10, Agent P 11, Road Crew 12. So before I jump into the matchups, here are the scenarios for the 7 people still alive for the playoffs. Obviously, Syndicate Enforcer clinched the number 1 seed. Okay, bye. Next up, Fat Bastard clinched the playoff spot. He clinches the division with a win, and he'll get the first round bye. It's just that simple. Fat Bastard win, you get your bye, and you get the division championship. That's simple. Steel Curtain, he has clinched the division. He will clinch a first round bye with a win and a Fat Bastard loss. It's just, it's got to happen that way. Doofenshmirtz has clinched his playoff spot. He will clinch the division with a win. He clinches a first round bye with a win and a Steel Curtain loss. And let's see, even if you lose, let's see, clinch a playoff spot with a loss. And I already figured out that you already got a playoff spot. So even with the loss, you still have the playoff spot locked up. So yeah. Bitchmaker, you can get the 4 seed if you win and Doofenshmirtz loses. That's how you get the 4 seed. That's as high as you can go. Sagnasty's simple for you. You can either clinch your playoff spot with a win or a Bad Dog loss. And Bad Dog clinches a playoff spot with a win and a Sagnasty's loss. So there it is, the simplest forms to get people into the playoffs. That was it. Now, the matchups this week for Week 14. Starting with the most worthless matchup of the week, Monthly Plugs at Agent P. Agent P is questing to be the worst, try and get the number 1 pick. He's got an issue going there, which will be described in the next match. But Agent P's series 1-0 back in Week 2, beat him 174-101. My pick is going to be the Monthly Plugs, just because he's got some fight left in him, and Jer pretty much folded tents about 5 weeks ago. Next match is the Road Crew 3-10 at Syndicate Enforcer 11-2. This is where Agent P has a problem trying to get the number 1 pick. Just because I don't have a meaningful game doesn't mean I'm not going to start my normal starters. So Road Crew's going to have to get past my normal starters. I say good luck to him. Syndicate Enforcer leads the series 14-5. Beat Road Crew back in Week 2, 210-141. I'm picking myself because I'm not tanking it. There's no giveaway wins here, so my starters are going in. You can already look right now and see my lineup. Probably won't change. Now we get to the first kind of meaningful match here. We have Irish Cop at Bad Dog. Bad Dog needs a win, has to get win. Bad Dog leads the series 3-2. Irish Cop did win back in Week 2, 224-158. My pick, Bad Dog. Tried to at least get it done to give himself a chance. And all you need is a chance. Next one, taking you down at Bitchmaker. Bitchmaker leads the series 1-0, won back in Week 2, 131-114. Bitchmaker, he's got his playoff spot locked up, but, I'm sure he wants to have at least the home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. I'm picking Bitchmaker to get that W and try and get that number 4 seed. Steel Curtain at John Boy's Special Sagnasties. If the Sagnasties would have come up with a win last week, this would have been a lot more meaningful, where division titles would have been on the line. But no, couldn't pull it off. Steel Curtain leads 10-8 in the overall series. Steel Curtain won back in Week 2, 173-104. My pick is the Sagnasties to get the job done, get his playoff spot locked up, get him into the playoffs, and he can, at least breathe a sigh of relief for at least a day or two. Then he has to jump into the stressfulness that is the playoffs. And lastly, the mega huge match of the week. Doofenshmirtz Evil Inc. at Fat Bastard for the division championship on the line. Doofenshmirtz leads the series 11-9. Week 2, Fat Bastard won 121-115. Just shows you how close these two teams are. The commissioner will pick Doofenshmirtz. Hopefully Chris's alarm works, and he can make sure he gets things submitted before kickoff on Sunday. There is a Thursday game, so hopefully, that doesn't affect him too much, and, he doesn't fall asleep at the wheel there. So, that's my picks. News and announcements, things league-wise. First up, the Pick'ems this is the last week that the winner of the weekly Pick'ems gets $1 towards their transactions for both of the two pickups. This is the last week. We will continue it through the rest of the season and our fantasy playoffs. But for weekly winnings, this is the last week. For the overall, you must keep going. Well, that keeps going through week 17. So just to let you guys know on that. Trade deadline is of course come and gone. Transaction deadline will be kickoff of week 15. Kickoff week 15. So that's not kickoff this Thursday, but kickoff next Thursday. And that will lock up all the waiver wire moves. So I'm going to tell you right now, make sure your rosters has backups for backups. So I don't want to hear any crying when Adrian or like Frank Gore dies and you only have 2 running backs on your team. John. Oops. So, yeah, make sure that happens. Once the transactions or the waiver wire things locks up, that's when I will figure out the payouts for the week, and I will post those on the homepage of the website going into the playoffs. And then I will start calling for people to send me money so we can, get everyone caught up to date and get all the money dealt out. So, just to let you know on that. Also, payouts will be happening at the Super Bowl party. Right now, the needle is pointing towards Cornlandia again because the one person that responded to my, notice from last week wants it only in league sanctioned houses. Wow. So that's where the needle's pointing towards Cornlandia. Anybody that wants to step up, feel free. And yeah, so there's that. Thinking. I think that's just about it for all the things I got. Probably during the playoffs, we'll start looking to get people together, especially definitely the week 17 for the championship games on that Sunday. Always an entertainment to get the 2 people in the championship game together. So we'll see who that is going forward. But yeah, so that's about all I got. Good luck to everyone going into this week. I don't really care. I could lose. Doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I'm in week 16. So you guys, as I play the music out here, everybody enjoy, have a good time, and good luck. Yeah, it's the Miz, I know.